What is up YouTube, and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. Maokai in the Baron lane, Maokai in the support role, Maokai in the jungle, Maokai everywhere. So to give you the best possible builds on all positions, on every single role, gameplay of everything. I played Maokai, I'm trying to get Chinese Maokai gameplay, I'm trying to get everything just for you so you can actually play this champion to the best of its capabilities. So without any further ado, let's start into this gameplay. As per usual, thank you to the wonderful channel that always supplies me with these wonderful replays, so check them out in the description below. So what do we have here? We have Maokai in the Baron lane against a Camille. So what's the problem here? Normally Maokai could easily invest into a hard steal, but against Camille that's kind of a problematic thing to do. Because if she just goes Divine, you have a massive problem. Nonetheless, you can still argue going for it if you play team-oriented. Camille started with her first ability, as well as Bone Plating. Bone Plating I don't think is a very good choice to have, especially into generally the champions like Maokai. I think it's way better to have Second Wind as a top laner, outside of very few selected champions, because you see the damage that's coming in. It's kind of crazy. And it's very important to just take note of Maokai's passive, which you see beneath his HP bar. The yellow bar that slowly goes up every single time you hit with an ability or you use an ability. The cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. It also scales with levels, and whenever you hit an enemy champion, you gain healing, as well as the healing is scaling with your level and overall your stats. So yeah. Look at these powerful traits during the early game, how potent Maokai is, but there seems to be one certain problem. It's mana. As you keep on spamming Spells with Maokai, you get to a point where you really are in desperate need of some kind of a mana source. So here you see, nicely done by the Camille, if she actually holds this and recalls, or just holds this in general, she can force the Maokai to overextend and make himself vulnerable to a gank. But for some reason, the Camille is just mindlessly pushing the wave without any purpose in mind. Very, very important to just understand as a Baron laner or just generally bot laners. There'll also be a tempo guide, and here we see the jungle. And this only works because he pushed the wave back. He will probably die here. Nice grasp stack he just gains back. And he gains... Oh no, he gets the double kill. Damn, he's fuming. Considering he's playing against a physical damage jungle and a physical damage top laner, in this instance, Camille is physical and true damage, I think plated caps would have been way better than Mercs. However, given the circumstances, he's also facing Diana and Varus, it's kind of difficult to choose between one or the other, since he can't really go just for an early Abyssal Master since he's not laning into these type of champions. What you can argue for, though, is an earlier Searing Crown. But yeah, this Maokai is beyond fed right now, using these saplings to get some control as well, and now this Maokai is stacking it up. Little baby Scholar makes an appearance. Nothing much will happen here. Maokai gets some cheeky little damage onto the Camille, who started with a Ring of Revelations to get an accelerated Sheen, because she wants apparently the Divine Thunder as fast as possible. I really hope she goes for Divine and not for Trinity Force, because if she goes for Trinity Force, then Maokai could even go for Heartsteel and be absolutely invincible. But yeah, the damage, or the base damage of the Maokai, sadly misplaced ultimate ability, is just way too high. Like, his first ability has a good scaling with HP of the enemy, as well as a super high base damage. But again, you see, the mana issues are very, very apparent. And he's trying to yoink the fruit. He got the fruit and got the free kill. He just put himself like a tree, planted himself upon these little fruits, and just yoinked them away. Simple little yoink. But yeah, Maokai's damage is absolutely insane. And it's all base damage. And it also scales with the enemy's max HP. I think on the max level of his first ability, it's 6% if I'm not mistaken, that it does on a low cooldown. So ability haste is very much wanted on this champion, as well as some kind of source of mana. If you get that one settled, you'll be in a prime position to take over lane or generally damage. But now this makes no sense what Diana is doing. So she starts with a Ring of Revelation for haste to get an accelerated Sheen, but still itemizes plated steel caps. So wouldn't it just be way better to skip out on the boots and go for an accelerated Divine Sundra then if you want to primarily face the Maokai in the side lane? Because otherwise, just start with the Ruby Crystal if you want to go for boots anyway. Because Ring of Revelations will not do too much for you, and you're getting absolutely out-traded by this Maokai. Like, the damage, the cooldown, like, they will nerf this champion. There's no way they keep him in the state he is. Like, he's way too simple and way too powerful. Like, he's easily one of the best Baron laners right now. And he only really struggles with one thing, that's mana. That's the only thing that is keeping him in check, is just his low mana pool. Oh, then he goes for this instead of... Oh, he misplayed this so heavily. If he wants to get that cannon, he needs to Q it from range and then walk away. He can also utilize an earlier ult into the river just to make sure that he can get the minion, but now he griefed his jungle. Like, he really griefed his jungle. Because him dying equals one less laner on the map to actually achieve something, and this automatically means they will lose Herald. On the flip side as well, Camille will gain access to platings, and if they contest this, they will most likely all die and just get ridiculously far behind, because they can't get anything. Now, they all survived with a sliver of HP, very close, and the Camille is making a very, very dangerous choice here by overstaying her welcome. Because now Braum might be here, but unless they want to invest the Herald here, which they don't, they can't really do anything to this Maokai. They really can't. The Braum is just decoration. And the Camille doesn't have mana to go for any sustained fight, and even now, there's no way the Camille can kill that guy. And the more people that have low damage come, that have abilities, make it even harder for the Maokai to die, because abilities that hit the Maokai grant him, as I said earlier, the reduction of his passive cooldown. And as you see, like, the more he has his passive available, the more he gets to heal himself, and the more tanky he becomes, because he just simply doesn't die. Utilizing also his third ability to gain some extra vision control around the area, to know if he's getting ganked a tiny bit earlier, and the Camille just simply doesn't have mana. You see, he can just go in for these trades, clonk her head, hit her with these first abilities for like 250, 240, and not even having to hit the sweet spot. Like, you see all the damage he does. Like, he's just diving her. He is just diving her. He just doesn't have to care. And I wouldn't even say, he's not even primarily built against the Camille since he has Mercury Threads. So, with all that in mind, he's not even itemized against killing that Camille, and he just kills her without any worry, because all he has to do is poke out with his first ability, and then run at her. You might think it's like a different version of the Camille herself, who used to do this with her second ability, like poke, 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 and then go for that. But the Maokai just does it with a cooldown that's 1/3 or 1/4 of the Camille W, and even is an insane setup with a low cooldown on the ultimate ability. Gets free fruit here as well. Camille has Divine. Okay, good choice by her, because otherwise she would never be able to even touch this Maokai. And, like, if she had Triforce, she would get absolutely dumbstood. Like, with Divine, it's already not enough, as it seems. But yeah, you see Diana looking for a potential play. Maokai going soon out of mana. Galio ulting in. Galio looking for a play here, but nothing is going to happen. Lee Sin comes in. Talon dies here, though. Oh, his team is absolutely running it down. He doesn't have mana to protect his turret. And with no mana, he just sadly has to leave this. There's just no way he can defend this without mana. With mana, it's a different story. If you want to fix the issue of mana with Maokai, especially in the side lane, you can just buy one item which is called Catalyst. Catalyst of the Eons is the item that's a component that builds out of a ruby crystal for another 600 gold, so 1100 in total, which then builds into Rod of Ages or Abyssal Mask. And that item alone will actually grant you infinite mana. And I don't know what my cat is doing in the background, but she is actually, I don't know, hunting something. And yeah, with Catalyst of the Eons, sorry for this the minor interruption. With Catalyst of the Eons, you have no more mana problems for the entirety of the game, because as you take damage, you gain mana. And you get some extra added sustain, which is not that much, but considering in the long run how many spells you use, it's very powerful. Now we see an ultimate coming in as well. He just one-pops the poor little Varus, and they need to be really careful here. The Maokai has a lot of damage. You see, like, it's crazy damage he has. And this one, he has to kite out and hopefully... It was so close to actually surviving for a lot longer, but the Divine is just too powerful. And the Camille actually invested into anti-healing as well, making it even more difficult for the Maokai to get sustained healing off. And now my cat is hunting flies. Are you good? I have like a huge window in this room. And she can look outside and look at the birds and stuff. And whenever something flies by, she's going crazy. Like right now, she's just wiggling with her tail, looking outside at all the movements of the birds. Because it's like also like a giant tree in front of my window. Okay, back to the actual topic at hand. Maokai pops the ult a little bit early. Uses it as an engage tool, hits the ult, it gets the movement speed bonus, Gali ult comes in, nice combo, CC chain extraordinaire, and the enemy simply can't move. If there's one thing I'm not too much of a fan of, it's an early Sunfire, because I think Sunfire as an item only becomes really valuable if you have a lot of health, for example through Heartsteel. Because then this item really comes to showcase how much damage it can do. Since it scales, I think, like 13 to 25 plus 0.8% of your bonus HP. So the more HP you have, the better it becomes. And if you get to pre-stack it, and then just go in and have full stack and go into the backline with the permanent Fire Novas, you deal quite a lot of extra damage. Which I think then, it's just better as a later item, and Searing Crown is just way better early. Because Searing Crown always does percentage max HP damage, which will be constantly burning on the enemy, right? Like, it will be constantly burning once you touch them. Plus, it provides you with armor. The benefit of Sunfire is more haste, which Maokai really loves. Maokai loves haste. Diana, he has mercs. You will not just kill that guy. You need to be, like, he just has more base damage than you, and he will just run you down. Like, you see, you can't really, like, if you can't burst Maokai, and do not have enough anti-healing, he will actually kill you. And now imagine, the Maokai, let's just say he has 4k HP, and he lost 2k HP through magic damage. Then, if he had Abyssal Mask, because all of the mitigated damage, he would have absorbed like 3k damage or something. Or more, like 3 to 4k. And then you can use that one. I don't even know if there's a maximum cap of Abyssal Mask stacks. And then you can explode the enemy backline instantly. So we see in the bottom left that there will be an Abyssal Mask build, but I don't know when exactly in this game he's gonna complete it. But you see, Maokai is just providing so much control here. Just locking people down on cooldown, second ability, first ability. There's so much control he has, and so much base damage he has. Interesting instant ultimate here. Lee Sin on the run here. Needs to be careful. Lee Sin can't just walk up. And what are they fighting for here? Like, there's nothing realistically to do. There's just, the waves need to be farmed in the side lanes, and we do not want to play ARAM. Searing Crown damage. Oh, they run away from my little guy, and they didn't get to run away. So the Searing Crown will do some extra damage here onto the backline. Some nice ticks here. And you see, like, all these little things, like all these little saplings, really do very high damage if you look at it in the long run, while providing you with a lot of extra visibility on the map. And Gargoyle is your best enchant by far, unless you want to go for the full Bomba Meteor build. But again, if you want to abuse a full secret technology build into AP champions, Abyssal Mask and Gargoyle, you just go into 5 people, you pop Gargoyle, you get it popped, you stack up so many stacks, and you flash on anyone with the second ability or pop ult. Like, somebody's gonna explode. Because the AoE effect of Abyssal Mask does so much damage if you have it with good stacks. And since you have so many tools to reliably use it, it's absolutely crazy. Nice hook by the Fresh here. The Diana is in the front line, Braum Shield comes through, the Maokai tanks up so much damage, big kick by the Lee Sin. This could be a massive loss thanks to the Lee Sin kick. Nice reset here, and they actually fall. This Lee Sin kick completely single-handedly decimated this entire team fight. And what could the Maokai have done to avoid this? Just make sure to avoid a potential angle that you do not give the Lee Sin the angle of kicking you into your entire team. Because if that happens, you will most certainly lose the game. But how do they not end the game here? What happens? How do they not end? He died to the Death's Dance passive? Oh, no way. No way. They actually throw the game. There is just no way this just happened. Why does the Xayah have these godforsaken terrible items? What am I seeing? Collector Terminus Xayah, my dear G, that's yeah, we do not talk about this. Okay, Diana has lost crown here. Maokai pops the ult, goes over the wall, knocks the Diana away, roots her down. Okay, it's a chase down scenario now. Diana, you're not gonna escape. Big damage coming through, big base damage, massive top wave as well. Somebody has to take care of that one eventually. It's humongous. Like, somebody has to go. Galio is going, Maokai is staying, the enemy can't really contest here in any way. And yeah, Maokai could have gone himself to get some additional gold, because gold on, I think it's a tank Galio? I didn't pay attention to the build of the Galio, if he's going full bomber, or seems like he's like half bomber. Like, okay, he's Rod of Ages Rabadon, so he's like barely any gold, okay. It's good to go AP into AP champions because your ultimate, like, it becomes a real massive shield, which can be a real difference maker into Diana, because you simply absorb the majority of the impact there. Marka also soon has Emerald Twin God. Emerald Twin God providing with even more armor, tenacity, and everything he wants to, and will have consistently uptime on it. I do not know about this engage at all, because we are only 3 people mid lane. There are 5 under there. We just rather go for side lanes. This ult didn't really do anything. It just was a waste of cooldown. Braum is overextending for no reason. Makes no sense that he's even walking here because there's nothing to achieve. They're on the defensive right now. They just have to defend 20 more seconds against Nashor, but they're continuously overextending and putting themselves in very bad spots. Galio pops the ult into the Diana ult as well, and the Maokai is chasing after the Varus. Varus is being isolated right now, but no follow-up as of right now. Maokai? Brother? What are you doing? Why are you there? Why? What are they doing? I don't really understand, because again, it's similar to what you see in the games I've posted, Absolute Madness, right? There's no resemblance of macro game or like anything. It's just pure ooga booga, and I hit enemy face with not even proper itemization. So, like, you can improve on so many things in general, like on what you want to. Ooh, what was that? Huh? Like, I'm getting so confused here. Okay, we have the Elder spawning in 5 seconds. Maokai is delayed with his respawn, doesn't have teleport. Fresh getting engaged here. Xayah also gets engaged. Nice ultimate by the Xayah, but the Xayah is getting locked on by the Camille. She is completely getting attacked here, but the Fresh makes a nice play over the wall with the Flay, and Xayah survives. She looks like she has so little damage though. Does she not have IE? I mean, she has Collector, so it's kind of doomed for her already, but does she not have IE yet? Okay, we need to be careful about the side waves here. If the enemy breaks away and gets into that base while we do not pay attention, they might just end the game instantly. Because again, nobody cares about side waves in this game. Nobody. Lee Sin takes mid lane priority, very, very important. Like, somebody has to take over. Nice Xayah takes over now, but there's a massive top wave walking in. Elder getting lower and lower and lower. Maokai pops the ultimate, targets the Lee Sin, knocks him away. Lee Sin can't go over, goes into the GA. Maokai is now waiting again for the next W onto the next target, and they get him down. Now only one person is alive, which is going to be the Lee Sin, and the Maokai is on the hunt for the Lee Sin. He looks for him. Isn't there. Okay, Galio already has reset and goes for the top wave. And now the game will certainly end if they force a fight around Nashor. With Maokai, they can get complete control about the entire top lane squadron, like a quadrant here. They have Elder on Maokai, and he can just go in and stall for time. Like, he can just fight them and kill them. Like, there's nothing the Lee Sin can do. Okay, Lee Sin jumped away with Safeguard. Talon on the hunt here. I do know, Talon, you're griefing. Talon, please just stay on the objective. But he got the kill. Like, he could have potentially died, even though the Maokai was already doing all the work. There's no reason to go after Lee Sin, because the Lee Sin already used every tool to go out, and then the Maokai can just stand there and be like an absolute wall. And then you reduce the risk to 0%. Braum again goes for an interesting play. We still have a bit of Elder for 1 minute, so we can just poke them out with the Maokai. Good denial here. Ultimate of Galio coming in as well. The enemy tries to all in, even though they know the enemy team has Galio. They now wasted ultimate with that play, and then this game is simply over. And the entire enemy team through the game, even though they were given the opportunity to win due to a slight misposition of the Maokai, giving the enemy Lee Sin a perfect kick angle right into his team. But you see, the power of this champion is insane. And with that, we are at the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more about this champion, check out our full Maokai guide. We have a jungle short as well. We have everything you want to, and we will see each other for more Rift Guides content very, very soon. Goodbye.